Hi everybody, welcome to the channel. This is Chris, aka Spirit, or Spirit, aka Chris, whichever way you look at it. This is a new video for me. I'm going to be doing weekly outlooks for all of the elemental signs. So this is for air, for the air group of air signs, which are Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Okay, so as you can see from the beginning of the year, I started to do this where I lay out the cards first, so you don't have to sit and watch me shuffle the deck. And I asked Spirit for guidance. I actually lit some sage, as well as the Tibetan singing bowl beforehand to clear space and honor the space that we are about to do your reading in. And you will hear the pitter-patter of feet and the dogs behind me. They are in this room with me, and when I do readings, I get super high vibration, and sometimes one or the other or both will pace around, or you'll hear them run around. So just FYI, I apologize. So the decks that we're using for these readings are the Sacred Traveler deck on the top, the 7 energies in the middle, the Angel Oracle deck below, and then over here to the side is the Animal Spirit deck. Now the deck in the middle and the Animal Spirit deck, the 7 energies and the Animal Spirit deck, are the only decks that I read from the books. The rest of them are just symbolism, and these decks actually fall out and where they're meant to fall out for you. So this is for the week of, let's see, I always forget the dates, February 8th to the 15th, I think it is, or the 14th, let me just look. February 8th to the 14th, okay? And this is for air signs. First off, while I was shuffling the deck and asking Spirit to guide me in your reading, I kept feeling anxiety. I kept feeling almost like when you're overwhelmed, when you have a deadline. So I just wanted to put that out there. I'm not sure how the cards are going to lay out. I'm going to read from the bottom up like I always do because Spirit tells me to. Sometimes they tell me from the top to the bottom, but today they're telling me from the bottom to the top. So your angel messages for you, air. All is well. So Archangel Jeremiel says everything is happening exactly as it's supposed to, because I feel like you've been questioning, those of you in this collective, those of you in the air sign, Aquarians, Geminis, and Libras. You have been questioning things around you, whether or not it was divinely guided or if things happen for a reason. I feel like this might have to do with a relationship. I feel like there's a small group of you that may have met somebody and you're not sure, you're kind of unsure, you're sure but you're not sure. And I completely understand that. That's the feeling that they're giving me. They're saying that everything is happening exactly as it's supposed to be. So I feel like those of you who are reluctant to whatever this is, whether it's a love relationship or a friendship that's growing into that, or you're starting to have more feelings for the person or not, they're telling you to take a chance. They're telling you to let go of the old, that old programming and the old hurt from other people, and to just go with your heart and your soul. Okay? Now the gifts from God right next to it is amazing to get next to the All Is Well card. And it's saying Archangel Sataphalon is saying, we angels bring you gifts from your Creator. Open your arms to receive. So this is huge. I feel like this person that is in your life that's new, for those of you who this resonates with in the air signs, this person was a gift and it was divinely guided. And that is the message they're telling me. Now we're going to go to the 7 Energies deck, which is one of my all-time favorite and newest decks. Okay? And I'm going to read to you what the Exposed and Revealed says, but I'm going to also show you the card first because I want you to see this card. This is one of, now I have several, but this is one of my favorite cards in the deck. It is stunningly beautiful and captures so much about healing. Before I even read the definition of this card, let me tell you what this card means symbolically and from Spirit. This is about healing yourself. This is about letting go of shame and old hurt from past relationships or childhood. But in this situation, because we got the relationship card, this is healing old pain from someone else that you were in a relationship with or past relationships, okay? So I'm going to read this to you. When you experience shame, you don't just feel you've done something wrong. You feel like you are wrong, fundamentally flawed. Know that the life Know that life loves you and that the universe doesn't make junk, only magic. However, many social interactions, especially social media and online, are steeped in distorted, unhealthy ways of expressing pain and shaming. By shaming. Here is the way out of this. See shame as the heart-wrenching cry for help that it is. Consider whether you could have been triggered in the outer world by unresolved issues that matched all your inner pain points. These are the scars that you hold, okay? Your triggers. If someone is shaming you, perhaps you have triggered them. How miserable they must be to expand their energy on such toxicity. They are drinking poison, hoping you will get sick. You cannot love someone out of their shame. You can only show compassion for both them and yourself. Set a healthy boundary and refuse to fan the flames. Look upon shame as an opportunity for growth, evolution, healing, and freedom. With this in mind, can you let go of your attachment to control? Admit that this emotion isn't something you have power over and surrender to a higher power. There is a sacred quality to the vulnerability inherent in admitting you can't do this alone. When you allow yourself to be laid open in this way, you gain a beautiful new perspective. Then the healed shame has the infinite power of the divine to set you free. I feel like the group of you that I'm reading for under the air signs, you Aquarians, Geminis, and Libras, need to let go of old pain from a past relationship in order for you to appreciate what's right in front of you. Now, if you haven't met this person already, right, which I feel like 99% of you have already met this person, that 1% will be meeting them this week. Okay? Now, the next one is the Storyteller card. Now, the Storyteller card, before I ever read the definition, the symbolism of this card is positive self-improvement, self-esteem, also almost being like a mentor for some of you as well. So I'm going to read the definition to you. Do you know the story you tell others about who you are? You are a unique being with unique talents, and story unique to you and your experience impact. Your destiny can be found in the way you weave together these threads of yourself in the world. If there's anything in your life you want to change, then it's time to adjust your story you tell about yourself. Perhaps you're too self-deprecating or apologetic about how you shine, minimizing your power so others will accept you. This is huge, something I used to be very guilty of. Perhaps the way you voice your expectations diminishes your ability to succeed, or you are too willing to tolerate a less than a supportive environment. This is where the setting boundaries comes in. It's easy to be in denial when it comes to others and their behavior towards you. Understand, however, that you teach people how to treat you through how you talk about yourself. Once you recognize what story you're telling others about how to treat you, you can tell a different one. What if you could connect to your true power as co-creator of your reality? The story originates in your mind, how you think, your conditioning and past experiences, how you view the world, and what you expect to see in it. The truth is, you have everything you need to tell a new tale and weave more blessings into the world as your unique contribution. In fact, practice speaking of your amazing success, your overflowing abundance, and all the love that surrounds you. Soon the outer world will tell the same story back to you. This is so important, especially right now during this retrograde. During this retrograde, it's pulling up a lot of really old scars and pain that other people have done, and it's very hard to release that and let go and forgive, and it's just a lot going on right now. So you need to take responsibility for that and know that you have control over you, okay? So now the Royal You is a card that's been coming out a lot this month for a lot of the different readings. I think this just came out for the fire signs as well. And I was telling them in the video, and I'm going to tell you, is before I was ready to set up this reading today, I wasn't planning on doing readings this early today. I was planning on doing them later this evening. However, Spirit kept telling me I needed to do these readings like now. So I was like, okay. Well, I was walking the dogs outside, and when I came in the living room, I have these candles that someone gifted me like 9 years ago. It's been a long time. And I use them occasionally, but I didn't have any candles to put in them. But they were sitting in the living room because I'm purging items and reorganizing in there. And they told me to take one of them, clean it up, and put it out here, even though I don't have a candle to put in it. And I was like, okay, no problem. And I was like, okay, they want me to put it out here for some reason. Well, now this card has come out twice, both in the fire and your guys' reading. And this is the candle that I took out. So that just cracks me up. I'm just like, okay, well, there was a reason for it. And yeah, okay. So, and this is genuine crystal. Like, this is very expensive and very heavy. I love these. The big one got cracked. My ex-roommate had hit something with it and it came off, so I need to glue it. But these are just stunningly beautiful. So I just had to share that story. So, I'm going to read this to you because this is an amazing card. Do you know what it means to express personal sovereignty in your life? It's about how you hold your inner sense of worth and integrity, securing your belief that you have a unique purpose. It's about feeling comfortable in your own skin, knowing who you are, and that nothing outside can challenge your authentic self. The hard-won seat of awareness that you have earned. This is huge right now, especially with this retrograde, is pulling up your self-worth and love, right? Making you realize that you are worthy. You are the ruler of your mind, and you're being invited now to consider what discipline you need to apply to your thoughts. Are they consistent with the values and beauty you intend for your life? It is important now to keep your focus on what is right and good for you as well as others. Challenges in your life at this time, no matter how large or small, especially this week, must be met with a measured response. If life sends you a challenge, can you speak up and set your boundaries with grace and surety? Calm, intelligent leadership is called for now. Sovereigns know when to plan their battles, so stay out of unnecessary skirmishes and strategically wield your personal power. Now is the time to lead from the heart, from your authenticity and integrity. Hold your head high and know your worth. That is the mark of a true sovereign. This is very huge for this month. Very huge, okay? So now let's look at the Sacred Traveler deck up here at the top. That'll be the last of the cards, and then your animal card. So the Wondrous Universe is saying walk in beauty. So I feel like some of you, and they're showing me right now a mirror, which usually means a lot of you in this collective that are watching this for the air signs are dealing with self-worth issues, dealing with looks, okay? I deal with this with my body dysmorphia and my food disorder. This is huge. You're going through a healing right now. So I want you to realize that you can set boundaries if people are rude or make you feel like you are not worthy of their attention or someone's attention. You are worthy of someone's attention, okay? This is very important to realize that you are what you feel about yourself. Okay, so the more that you put into yourself and the more that you see yourself as others see you, the more you can heal that. Okay, now Impasse came out, which reflects and redirects your energy. So this is reminding you, as all the things that we've talked about in this reading, is when you get to that point where you're starting to doubt or someone starts to affect you, you need to pivot away from that and go back to your positive thoughts and your affirmations. It's super important, okay? Once you're aware of it, it's easier to shift. When you're not aware of what triggered you, then you tend to have a hard time getting out of that thought pattern or that emotional pattern or that low vibration is what I call it. Now, the Voyage of the Heart is a beautiful card. It's saying love flows through you and with you and to you. So this is for some of you in the air. I'm trying to catch it so you can see what she's doing. It's so bright in here. Look at how beautiful that card is. I love this card. So this is for you air signs to remind you that you are a product of what you show. And what I mean by that is, if you are having a bad day, your actions will speak very loudly. You're visual to people. And there are people that are in your zone, your tribe family, just like me, who also are struggling. So remember that you are like a painting. What they see in you is what they tend to look at. And what I mean by that is they're trying to explain it to me in a way that you'll understand. So give me a second. Let me see what they're trying to show me. So they're showing me like a model. So let's say you take a painting class. This is what they're showing me. So you're taking a painting class and you're very stressed out because you're worried about what your painting is going to look like. This is how I am with my creative side. When I make pendants, or when I make my orgone pieces, or when I do my clay, whatever it is that I'm making, I'm always super hard on myself, and they're showing me and telling me to tell you this. And I make something and I don't see the beauty in it, but then immediately a few people see the beauty in it and they're like, wow, that's beautiful. That's what they're showing me. So I feel like you need to know that even though you're struggling at times, people are seeing this beauty within you, even when you're struggling and when you're not your best self. So I just want to say that. That's a message that they definitely want me to tell you. Now this card always comes out fogged in, right? It says, go slow, take time. This is usually when they show boats in this deck, it usually means traveling for me, but very, like 10% of them are not traveling. And this is definitely a sign this week for you air signs to be kinder to yourself. And the motion of the boat is going very slow, and that is reminding you to take a step back and know that you're a little hard on yourself and to have patience. This is huge this week. I'm feeling anxiety right now when I talk about this, so I don't know if it's like a project or you have a deadline, but I feel like you need to be patient. And I also feel like those of you, my throat chakra is starting to bother me, need to be the voice, need to speak your truth, okay? Let's just say, you know, you're supposed to have a deadline and you can't make it. You need to speak up and speak your truth as to why, even if it's stressful. All right, so the last card in this reading for you, my beautiful, beautiful air signs, is the tarantula. I'm not a big fan of spiders, although they're God's creatures, right? They're beautiful like any other creature. I'm not a big fan of spiders. However, I've used to be extremely agoraphobic. Is that how you call it? Agoraphobic, I think. I always forget the term for it. I used to be really bad with spiders many, many years ago because I got a really bad bite when I lived back in Connecticut. However, I'm not afraid of them anymore. If they're not, you know, poisonous here, because we have poisonous spiders here, then I'm usually not too bad. So this is, for you guys, the air sign. The tarantula falls under the fire sign here in this deck. And I'm going to read to you the meaning of the tarantula. Let's see, there we go. So before I read this, I'm going to tell you what the symbolism of this deck is, this card, if I didn't read the definition. Symbolism is basically when you're at a crossroads. It's almost like, and what they're showing me, and what they show me, just so you know how I channel. I'm a nerd, I'm a geek. So when I channel certain cards, they show me certain shows that I like to watch so that I understand. And what they're showing me when I see this card is Dean, when he's at the crossroads, in Supernatural. And if you are a Supernatural fan, you'll completely understand what I'm talking about. When he has to make a decision whether or not to go down to hell or not, or to save his brother, okay? So this is a crossroads card. So now I'm going to read to you the definition. The tarantula represents a moment when a great decision must be made. It involves prioritizing your life, deeper purpose, or dharma. A habit or routine from the past is sidetracking you from your dream. Yet a voice inside keeps begging you to refocus your attention. In order to find true happiness, you must choose dharma. Until you do, satisfaction will be fleeting. The tarantula hovers, patient and calm, like an old friend that knows your inner soul, that already knows you'll choose wisely. So if you're in balance, this means that you're going to follow your intuition and this is going to come to fruition. Now, if you're currently this week out of balance, you're going to need to, you're going to feel hesitant, you're going to feel anxious, you're going to feel over emotional this week. Now, in order to bring yourself into balance this week, air, in order to bring yourself into balance, air signs, sorry, they told me to repeat that, you need to, they're telling me for you to journal your emotions. Journaling is a huge therapeutic thing to do. So if you feel like you're struggling at work or at home and you really need to ground yourself and release the emotions, I suggest getting a journal and just journaling your emotions and releasing them. Even if you have to do this is what they're telling me to tell you to do, air, before I end this reading. Journal down what's going on, take that piece of paper, and that night when you get home, burn it, and burn it outside, obviously, and just watch as the smoke goes up into the air and release that energy that you struggled with that day. Now, this doesn't have to happen every day. It's just whenever this happens during the week, because I feel like it's going to happen one time this week, and you're just going to release it into the air. So like if you're struggling every day, which I don't see that, but let's just say you struggle a little bit each day, you write it down, and then at the end of the week you burn it up into the air and you let it go and you release it. And it's gone. I do hope you enjoyed this reading, Air. This will be an every week thing for me. I will try to upload it on Sunday evenings for the week ahead. So if you are not subscribed, please go and subscribe and make sure you hit the notification bell so you are alerted, because I was told the other day that you have to do that in order to be alerted to new content. I thank you so much for coming to my channel. If you'd like to reach out for a private reading, I do have some openings. I usually book out, I do video recordings like this. I book out usually 6 weeks ahead of time. So if you contact me through email, make sure you put the subject matter in there, reading, and I will reach back to you within 24 to 48 hours. And if you are interested, my Patreon link and all my other social medias are listed below. And I thank you so much for your amazing support, and have a great rest of your week. Bye-bye.